New tonight, they put their lives on the line serving our country, but our military veterans may be at even greater risk when they return to civilian life. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says suicide rates among veterans are 57% higher than those of non-veterans. Tonight, News 10's Riley Connell tells us how service members in Michigan are speaking up about suicide prevention.
They may have left the battlefield behind, but the fight to stay alive doesn't end for veterans suffering from the mental and physical scars of combat.
I am a suicide survivor, and I have survived cancer from the burn pits. I've survived a lot of things in defense of our country.
Former Army officer Anton Harb Jr. is sharing his struggle with lawmakers like Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin. He's asking for their help to break down the obstacles that keep them from recovery.
That is where the real work comes in, I think, between not only our policymakers, but our community as well.
For Harb, one of those obstacles is the classification of marijuana, a substance many veterans rely on for PTSD relief, as a Schedule I narcotic. Slotkin says she's working to make that change, but it's going to take time.
I've co-sponsored a bill, especially after Michigan legalized, to remove it and move it down the chain and have it basically be the same thing as alcohol. Right? But until that happens, the VA is in a very difficult position.
Combat veteran Stephen Cochran provides his fellow vets with the support they need as they return to civilian life, a transition that makes the struggle for mental health even more difficult.
It's going back into that everyday life that you don't feel that you have the same worth that you had when you were in uniform.
Harb and advocates from the U.S. Veterans Administration say they're hopeful about the progress made with one conversation.
It was great to sit down and actually, air some of these frustrations.
I'm just a veteran, so they listened to me and I appreciated that.
But they say it's the action that follows that leads to saving lives. In Lansing, Riley Connell, News 10.
Academy Award-winning director Kathleen Bigelow is joining the fight to prevent suicide among U.S. veterans.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Of course.
Yes. Have you ever asked for help yourself?
It's always tough, right?
This public service announcement campaign called Don't Wait, Reach Out debuts today. It's a partnership between the Department of Veterans Affairs and Bigelow. She is known for directing films like Zero Dark 30 and The Hurt Locker.